how to be a considerate citizen, how to take care of other people. Not just taking care of ourselves, how to have that concern for other people. So I think the alternative parties should focus on this educational effort. When we talk about education, that is more neutral. And many people will be willing to come forward and say, like Mr. Tan, Kin Lian, I also want to help to educate people. Not to join a party because they will affect their jobs, but to educate people. I'd like to suggest that the alternative party should do the following. Educate the public about the values and goals of your party. What does your party stand for? Show the public what alternative policies can do for Singapore and for the people. We seem to think that there's only one way to run a country. There are many ways. We seem to think that free market is the only way. There are other ways. So let's educate people. More importantly, to communicate actively. It has to go beyond just 2 or 3 meetings a year. Education has to be every day. Now, every day, at the height of the mini bond crisis, 7,000 people come to read my blog a day. 7,000. And I take the opportunity to educate them not just on the mini bond, but on other things. Today is down about 2,000. Before the crisis was 1,000, so I now got 2,000 every day. And I think I use that opportunity to educate people. I carry out surveys so that they know what other people are thinking. Now, one effective means of communication is through the internet, the blog, and the website. It is low cost, it is a pervasive way to educate large numbers of people. Now, some people say the blog, the internet only reach out to the internet savvy. This is not correct. You see, through the blog and the internet, you reach out to your party members, but in turn, through word of mouth, they reach out to other people. Why is it on my first meeting, 1,000 people turn up, including more than half, who are not internet savvy? They heard the word from other people who read the internet, they come to Hong Lim. So the internet is very important. So use the internet to communicate, because you have people who listen to you. Xiao, may I have permission to have a few more minutes? Okay. So through the internet, other people can be reached out. Now, there's a fear among some political party leaders that what you say in the internet can get you sued. I want to ask you to overcome this fear. You have to be careful, but don't be so cautious. Don't be so excessively cautious. If you have to say something, you don't have to attack other people. Just say why you prefer certain policy without attacking the PAP or anybody else. Just promote the positive side. Now, even if you make a genuine mistake in the website, you have a chance to apologize. Just apologize, it's okay. Even Obama said a few days ago, I messed up my nomination of 2 department secretaries. So what? Everybody make mistakes, he mess up. If anybody complained that I defamed them and I had a little quarrel with Sun Juan over something appeared in my blog, and I say sorry, it was not intentional. It's okay, just apologize. And you won't get sued if you apologize. And there's nothing shameful about apologizing. Now, how do you want to get people to write? Because you don't have enough people who are in your party who can write. There are many activists, people like EJ, who are willing to write for your blog. So it's just a matter of, if your party is willing to have a website, other people are willing to write, not as members of the party, but just as writers. I also say that the online citizen that I write very often is a good medium. I think the Singapore Inquirer is good. So do respond in those mediums. I think the online citizen must have a few thousand readers every day. So just go down there and say, give your views as Ng Teck Siong from Reform Party. Of course, you're not reflecting your party's views, you're reflecting your personal views. But then you are making your party known. So use these alternative blogs and websites. How do the alternative parties get united? Now, people get united when they share common values. If you don't share common values, you've got things to quarrel about. So it's very important for each party to state what are your values. And if we have values that we share, the differences become small. If we don't share values, every little thing becomes a quarrel. So it's a matter of communicate your values. And what are the values that alternative party can communicate? I would suggest these 4 values. The first value is honesty and accountability. Are we honest people? Are we accountable? If we make mistakes, do we acknowledge it or do we hide it? That's the first value. Just on this value, a lot of people will identify with you. The second value is justice and fairness. Do we believe in justice and fairness? Do we stand by and see other people being suppressed, being badly treated? Even the migrant workers in Singapore are very badly treated. That's why I acknowledge the good work done by the online citizen to talk about the plight even of the migrant workers. So that's the second value. The third value, very important. Do we work for ourselves or do we work for the good of the people? If we can say our values is to work for the good of the people, we can attract a lot of people to agree with us. Now, working for the good of others doesn't mean sacrificing yourself. We also benefit in the process. The fourth value is to be positive and constructive. There are plenty of things we can do to be positive without having to run down somebody else. And in the blogging community, I want to appeal, so often bloggers run down each other. What's the point? Let's give each other the encouragement. So let me summarize to the parties as well as to whoever wants to be an activist. State your values and goals. Communicate actively. Focus on educating large numbers of people. Invite people to write in your blog and use the internet to communicate with the people and the wider public. Thank you.